When you read about white athletes these days and white skill possession receivers specifically, one word you'll always find is tough. You'll rarely see explosive, athletic, stuff like that. You get a little bit upset. I ran the same 40 as this guy, and you're calling him those things. People do the eye test and underestimate me, so I do play with a chip on my shoulder. Stephen A., does Mccaffrey have a point?
He's absolutely right. If he were if he were black, we definitely would be talking about him in a different context. This kid and what he brings to the table on the football field is undeniable. Over 3,800 all-purpose yards. What did he rush for, Skip, last year? 2,019 yards, 337 carries, average 6 yards a carry. He was absolutely sensational, definitely worthy of being up there for the Heisman Trophy in the final tally. There's no question about it. His athleticism, his skill set to run the football, he's quick, he's fast. He's got a vision as a runner. He's incredibly gifted. He deserves a lot of credit for the job that he does. There is no doubt about that. And I've seen plenty of brothers running behind him and couldn't catch him. If he were black, he would get talked about differently. He makes a very valid point. There's no reason for anybody to be up in arms for what he's saying, because it is absolutely true what he is saying. There's a flip side, though. My response to Christian McCaffrey would be this: welcome to our world, my brother. Because there's a whole bunch of black folks that feel exactly the same way, albeit about different positions, even in different professions. Every day we wake up as black people, particularly black men, we find ourselves looking at situations and saying, if we were white, it would be different. If we were white, we'd be celebrated in this fashion. If we were white, this wouldn't be said about us. You know, I mean, this is the way it is. And so, I mean, you know, they call, I give you a perfect example, Skip, they call me Screaming A. I'm quite sure you've heard white folks on the air sounding very, very loud. They have passion. But I'm Screaming A.
Like
you understand? So, I'm out of control. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
we know what time it is. So, again, Christian McCaffrey is absolutely right in everything that he says. There is nothing for anybody to be angry about. There is nothing for anybody to be offended about. He is right on the money. He would be looked upon differently if he were black. What I would say to him, however, is welcome to the world of a lot of black folks out here, because they can tell you the same exact thing. Welcome to our world.
Okay. I got you. Great point on your part. Now, let's examine the chip on his shoulder. Is that stereotype of sort of unstereotyping him, if you will, as a running back, like saying, you can't do that because you're white. You can't be a great running back because you're white. Is that racial?